From a Chevrolet Corvette C8 vanishing in seconds from the police to a stolen Lamborghini Huracan fleeing police after a traffic stop in Los Angeles, and so much more. Here are the craziest supercar police car chases ever caught on camera. On August 23, 2022 in Little Rock, Arkansas, an officer stopped a Chevrolet Corvette C8 for illegal dark window tint. He complied briefly with the instructions with the police closely on his tail, noting his every movement. With the car at a stop, the police tried to get down towards him, but he quickly sped off, stopping only to let his friend in the passenger seat get down. In seconds, the C8 went flying, police sirens blaring as they chased after him, but the car no longer in sight and the police couldn't get him. Although he flew past them after a while, they decided to end the chase for public safety. But with his plate number already registered, they'd still charge him, although no public record on if he was ever caught. This next driver wasn't so lucky, and the supercar ruined. On April 6, 2024 in Los Angeles, California, around 5 a.m., police officers noticed something strange at a traffic light. A gray 2019 Lamborghini Huracan stopped at the red light with the driver asleep at the wheel. The officers drove and approached carefully at the car, unsure of the situation. From the round of questions, it seemed all was well. The driver was cooperative and calm until the police officer ran a check on the driver and the car plates.
Okay, 27 Southwest on approaching more park at code 37.
How's it going, man? Good. Do you have a driver's license on you? And registration for the vehicle? Do you know why I pulled you over? Huh? The one you were asleep at the light. I was right next to you. I put my spotlight on you, man. You were asleep at the light. You're visiting out here? Okay, cool. And do you have registration for the vehicle? Is the vehicle yours, sir? It's a what? A rental? Oh, okay. Where are you headed to? Where's home? Where's home? Right here. Alright, so hang tight for me.
The officer quickly realized that the Lamborghini had been reported stolen and the driver had multiple felony warrants. In order not to risk the man getting away, the officer tried to play smart to get the suspect out of the car, but the driver was not budging. Quickly realizing he'd been discovered, the driver decided to play Lewis Hamilton in the F1 race and drive off in his stolen supercar. In seconds, officers were chasing a Lamborghini and its driver at high speed, hitting 113 miles per hour, but the suspect was losing control. Not long into the chase, the Lamborghini slammed straight into the center median, splitting into complete halves. One half in view and the other half and the driver. Identified as 51-year-old Elliot Dugan, the driver was forcibly ejected out of the car and thrown hundreds of feet away from the crash. He was pronounced dead on the spot.
It's calling Venus crash, ETC. Vehicle just TC. Frequency is standby, 1047
Where is it?
to code 37.
Vehicle is TC'd, major TC damage. Let me get an RA starting to roll. I can't tell, dude.
Just blocks into the chase, the Lamborghini slammed violently into the center median, splitting completely in half.
This Lamborghini driver wasn't so lucky, but will the next one be? On December 16th, 2023, a gray C7 Corvette sped past a parked police officer past the speed limit and prompting an attempted traffic stop. The police officer tried to catch up with the Corvette just so he could read the plate number.
3 Union 81.
Eventually, at a red light, the officer managed to pull up directly behind the driver, but as soon as his lights came on, the driver floored it at an insane speed.
371.
Channel Schmidt 1037. Eastbound on 0, coming up to Greenwood.
Good story, so. road.
In seconds, the police officer was left behind, the Corvette nowhere to be seen. With speed that high, there was no chance, until date, no public record confirming if the driver was identified or the car found. This driver was also lucky, but the next. He thought he was lucky, but ended up very badly. Have you ever seen a police chase from the thief's point of view? Darren John from New South Wales, Australia, on the 20th of December 2020, created a whole GTA movie after he had spent the entire morning evading police officers in Newcastle. It was rumored that he had fled from a breath test and was spotted jumping fences and breaking into houses. He broke into a high-rise house where he discovered a $140,000 Audi R8, which had an automatic inbuilt dash cam that captured the 30 minutes ride. Darren sped through the streets without any care in the world, enjoying the supercar. In the distance, sirens were blaring as Darren sped past stop signs, going over the speed limit. From the rear cam, the police have yet to catch up with him, so Darren thinks he's safe. Excited by his new stolen supercar, Darren stops in front of a group of people, presumably his friends, and asks them to hop in. At the rate Darren was going, he had caused thousands of dollars worth of damage to the car. With no police in sight still, Darren was certain he's escaped the police and drove to his neighborhood to show his friends. Suddenly, the car started moving without control. The damage was too much, and Darren decided to take his new toy home and hide it away in his backyard. But the car was far from hidden, and his backyard was not a good hiding spot because the police caught up with him alongside the owner, with Darren arrested for a long list of crimes and eventually pleading guilty. Darren wasn't so lucky at the end of the day, but let's see about these next drivers, as they had no ounce of fear. Two modified supercars in Russia, a Lamborghini Gallardo and a Nissan GTR, were street racing on the highway, recording each other and driving at dangerous speeds.
A police car showed up almost instantly, and for a second, it felt like it was racing with them.
Their joyride was cut short as a police car appeared on the scene, but even with the police officers, these guys did not care. The Nissan GTR pushed even further past its current speed, hitting 224 miles per hour. They sped past another police car parked on the highway, but that still did not stop them. Even when the police drove into their way blocking them, they still were considering speeding past. They did not care. The supercars pushed past the police cars, speeding off into oblivion. I guess stopping was not an option. Is speeding a thing in Russia? Because this green Nissan GTR was chased for speeding and had no care whatsoever. On August 19th, 2013, a green Nissan GTR was chased by a Moscow police officer for speeding and cutting through traffic. Even though the officer put on his light and sirens, the green Nissan GTR just kept speeding through, clearly with no plans of slowing down. The person in the passenger seat was making videos while they both ignored the police officer, who managed to drive close to them and ordered them to pull to the sides, which they still ignored.
«327, делаем остановочку вправо делаем, 327, на обочину останавливаемся, 327, на обочину останавливаемся, аккуратненько делаем».
The chase continued. Through traffic and out of traffic, the green Nissan refused to stop. Eventually, the driver of the Nissan slowed down and the police officer blocked its path. And his excuse for that long chase? He was playing music and couldn't hear the police's instructions.
Я не слышал, музыку играл.
If it was any other person or in any other state, this may have gone badly, but turns out it was a Russian rapper called T-Killa, and some rumors said it was just a stunt, but because of who he was, he may have just gotten away with just a warning, nothing more. Some got away, others crashed, and a few barely made it out. From lucky escapes to brutal endings, these chases show just how fast things can go wrong. Speed thrills until it doesn't. Which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comment section.